Today I'm going to show you how to make a GIF using Photopea. My example is going to be a very simple example. Your GIF is going to be your original artwork or your original photographs altered in Photopea and then strung together as a GIF. So I'm going to start by creating a new canvas. I'm going to go to File and New. I'm going to start with the square canvas so you see my height and width are the same. 72 DPI, click Create, and you get a canvas. Your canvas size can be whatever size you need. I just chose square today. I'm immediately going to go over and unlock the background. And the next thing I'm going to do is bring in the logo that I'm using. You're going to either draw directly on the canvas, or you can bring in an image that you drew, or a photograph that you took, or an image that you created in vector, but it needs to be an original image that you are using. Don't pull anything off the web like I am. I'm going to click File, Open and Place to get my logo. And that will put it right in the center of my canvas. And you can see that it's not rasterized because I got it off the web. Yours, if it's your original photograph or animation or illustration, should be fine. But if it happens to have this icon, right click on your image, choose rasterize, and it will turn it into a rasterized image. So I'm going to immediately make a copy of this first layer because the first layer of your GIF should be the original piece. So now you can see if I hide the two layers underneath, I just have a logo on a clear background. So this second layer is the one I'm going to edit first, but I want to make sure my layers are named properly. I'm going to go to my first original, and I'm going to call it Logo 1. My second layer is going to be called Logo 2. And then so on as you create more layers. So now I'm ready to start editing my second layer. What I'm going to do is take my marquee tool, and for my particular logo, I'm going to take this yellow diamond and spin it around. So I'm going to zoom in so I can see it better. And I took the marquee tool, I'm sorry, not marquee tool, but the quick select tool, which is the one that allows me to just click and draw what I want to select. And I'm going to draw around. I drew around the diamond to select it. I'm going to zoom out just a bit now. Then I'm going to take the Move tool, which is the selection tool at the top of your toolbar, and choose transform controls so that I can start shifting this around. So I'm going to twirl this around slightly to the right, like this. Press Enter, unclick the transform controls, and hit Command D or Control D on your computers. And that places that little diamond now slightly to the left. So I'm going to go back in there and fill in these areas that are clear. You can see the checkerboard through that. That means they're transparent. I want it to be white there. So I'm going to take my paint bucket over here on the side, make sure I have the color I wanted selected in my swatch, which I do, and I'm going to fill these in like this. I'm also going to take my brush tool and just tidy it up a tad, like this. Now if you're not sure you're getting everything, a way to make sure that you're filling in all of those areas would be to add a background behind it that's a different color. So if I go to my background down here, and I'm going to duplicate it, and this one I'm going to show, but I'm going to change the color of the background to something like, let's do a color that's not on there, which is green. So I chose green here, and I'm going to paint bucket the whole background so that it's green. You can see no green is showing through here. So that's a good way to kind of like make sure that you have covered up anything that's clear. So maybe I'll leave that on there. Now that I have my second layer altered, I'm going to copy that layer, rename the layer Logo 3, and now I'm going to alter that one. Now you can see right now what I had forgotten to do was hide the layer underneath of it. No big deal. I actually kind of like being able to see it so I don't move it too much. I'm going to hit Enter, and then deselect the transform controls and hit Command D to deselect. I'm going to go ahead and hide this layer so I can see what it'll actually look like, and I can see the background through it. I'm going to take my paint bucket tool and fill in what needs to be white. And that's the third layer. So I'm going to continue on and create as many layers as I need to finish my GIF through one rotation. The beginning of your GIF, so logo 1, should also be the ending of your GIF. It should be seamless because we're creating a recursive GIF. If you remember from our first couple weeks of this course, we looked at Dax Norman, who is a professor at UT who creates these types of GIFs through original animations. A recursive GIF doesn't have a beginning and an end. It's seamless. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through and make these so I can show you the animation portion of this. I have 8 layers on mine, but keep in mind you should have 10, whatever it takes for yours to be recursive. And mine is in the progression that shows the top yellow diamond spinning. So I'm going to go up to the top one. You can see all of my layers are showing right now. I'm going to get rid of that green one here because we don't need it anymore. And what I'm going to do is going to turn them off in order so that you can see the animation. So as each layer progresses down, you can see that little diamond twirls around till it gets to the beginning. Yep. And that's the other direction. Okay, once you have all of your layers finished, what you're going to do is go in and re-edit your layer names. So you're going to double click on the layer and you're going to put underscore A underscore at the front of every layer. Underscore A underscore. So now all of my layers at the beginning of the layer name say underscore A underscore. This is going to allow Photopea to know that you want to create a GIF. And then all we're going to do is go up to File, Export as, GIF. And you can see mine has a little bit of a pause. That's a start and an ending. So what I did was, I'm going to X out of this. What I had done was I put the beginning and the ending slide exactly the same. So this layer here, logo 1, and then this layer here, logo 8, are exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is take out one of them so that I don't have that pause. I'm going to go back up to File, Export as, GIF. Check it out again. And now it twirls nice and seamlessly. You also notice that my background, because I turned it off, it's clear. I notice a little bump in my R too, but that doesn't bother me so much right now. You can change the speed. So if I want to speed this up, I can turn the speed up. If I want it to go a little slower, I'll turn the speed bar down. And that doesn't look very good. So I am actually going to turn the speed up a tad. Repeat is set to 0, which means it will repeat forever. So this will continually loop. Then I'm going to click Save. And my GIF will download to my, wherever your downloads go. So mine goes to my desktop. Yours will go to your files. And it's named New Project because I didn't name mine. So what's a good idea? It's always a good idea to name your project. Now when I open my file, I'm going to rename my file. Right here it's called New Project. So I'm going to rename this GIF underscore my last name. And I'm going to open it up. So I'm going to open it up, but I'm actually going to open it in a browser. So I'm going to choose Chrome. And that's going to open it up and show me my GIF on the web as everyone else would see it. So you can see there's no pauses. I don't know where the beginning and the end is. I actually might work on this a little bit more and maybe twirl these other two, but that's how you're going to create your GIF.